Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. I wanted to provide 100% irrefutable proof that the new moon, the first day of the scriptural month, begins on the conjunctive new moon, which is when the moon is completely black. It's the only moment in the month when the moon, earth, and sun are in perfect alignment with each other. That is the moment in which the month begins, and I have conclusive proof. If you look in Genesis chapter 1, when Yahweh first made the sun, the moon, and the stars, we read, "And Yah made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also." That's in verse 16. And then in verse 17, "And Yah set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." So it's very clear from the context that he sets the sun, moon, and stars in the sky at the same time, at the same moment, on the same day, the fourth day of the original creation week. Well, it's very interesting when we read about the sun and moon being in the sky at the same time, at the same moment, and the same day. You see, scientifically, and this is an undisputed scientific fact, the sun and moon only rise and set at exactly the same time. They're perfectly in sync all day and all night at only one time of the month, and that is on the day of the conjunction, the day of the black new moon. Every day after that, the moon will rise and set approximately 50 minutes after the sun. So on the second day, the day after the conjunction, the moon rises 50 minutes after the sun and sets 50 minutes after the sun. On the third day after the third day of the month, or 2 days after the conjunction, the moon will rise 100 minutes after the sun and set 100 minutes after the sun. On the next day, the moon will rise 150 minutes, and so on and so forth, until by the end of the month, either 29 or 30 days, depending on the moon and sun cycle, the sun and moon will once again rise in sync at the same time and set in sync at the same time on the day of the conjunction. Well, here in Genesis chapter 1, verse 17, we clearly see that Yah puts the sun, the moon, and the stars in the sky all at the same time. Well, the only time the sun and moon could be in the sky at the same time, in sync, at the same moment, would be on the day of the conjunction. Therefore, the only scriptural and scientific time that the month can begin is on the day of conjunction, the day of the black moon. This is an undisputed scriptural and scientific fact. Any other calendar, including crescent or full moon or whatever other calendar you want to use, is completely unscriptural. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. Website is www.spiritandtorah.com. Shalom.